you find yourself in ancient China with daunting tasks ahead, reclaim the fallen city of Panglitis, upgrade your weapons and armor, and face the gods that destroyed China. For every subscriber we get in this video, I'll donate 10 cents to St. Jude's, a hospital that helps kids defeat cancer. Let's empty my bank account on this one, lads. Check Twitter for the last donation that we made. I was still running, trying to escape the burning village. I glanced behind me and it appeared that I was safe now. I checked out the sword that I had gotten. It had Chinese writing on it and it was huge. I swung it around a bit and then wandered through the forest looking for some shelter. Wait, what are those? Oh crap. They found me. I bolted right into the arms of another guard and then I quickly pivoted and sprinted the other way. Are you kidding? More? I'm hit. With half of my health, I knew if I stopped to try and fight, I was dead. I sprinted away trying to find some sort of safety. I used the forest to my advantage to dodge through the trees to try and evade them. Oh, gotta keep running. This isn't good. Oh, a village. I ran to the village and I lost the soldiers. For now, I knew they would be on my tail any second, so I went to the village collecting their crops. I went inside one of the homes and I found some bread, some iron, and some leather gear. I also borrowed one of their beds as I'm sure they wouldn't need it, and I went back outside.
I'm so glad you came.
Actually, I'm just...
There's no time to waste. We are being invaded by tribesmen from the jungle. They come from a kingdom ruled by a fierce god. Can you please help us?
I'm sorry, I can't. I started to walk away when all of a sudden... Oh crap, they found me. I sprinted away and used the town well to keep them away from me. I knew I needed to run, so I bided for my time and then... Oh, it's another one. I turned and sprinted out of the village, but they were hot on my tail. I was down to half health and there was even more now. I ran as fast as I could, praying I'd survive. The guards were still close behind me as I entered a bamboo forest to try and lose them. Oh, a creeper. I fought through the creeper and a skeleton and delved deeper into the woods. Oh my goodness, it's a panda. There didn't seem to be any mother around. It was all alone. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, an arrow hit me. I quickly turned around and took the skeleton down that was shooting the arrows. I didn't have enough time to take the panda with me. Oh no, frick, okay. That was way too close. I quickly put the little guy away and tried to protect him. I'll name him Zuzu. Stay safe, I'll be back. I darted through the bamboo forest when all of a sudden a tree attacked me and poisoned me. Oh, I'm going to die. I continued to run with half of my health, knowing the soldiers were right on my tail. I spotted a shrine in the distance. Hopefully it had some supplies I could use to try and wield off these soldiers. I made my way up slowly through the jungle. Whoa, this place is destroyed. Oh, frick! I went to attack it, but the soldier hit me backwards and I slipped down a hole. This is bad. I got out of the water and I sprinted for the tunnel ahead of me. I quickly clogged up the entrance as the soldiers fell to chase me. That was way too close, but I don't know if I'm in a better spot or a worse spot now. Dead ahead, I spotted some sort of creature that was covered in moss. All of a sudden, it attacked me. I swung my sword, but it hardly hit. I killed him, but he did some serious damage and he poisoned me. I had to be careful in these caves. As I continued through, I turned a corner and there was another one. I ran straight at it and it charged at me. With a few swings, I took it out, but it poisoned me again. I opened the chest next to him and found some bread, a strange helmet, some gold, and pork. The helmet was in Chinese, so I couldn't read it, but it gave me a lot of armor when I put it on. This is definitely some sort of relic. I found another chest down the hall and I looted it. This loot is insane. What is that noise? I made my way up the stairs next to the chest and a giant stone creature sat there. I hit it and sprinted backwards after taking a lot of damage. I was tired of running, so I went back in for the attack. I swung at it, but I was scared my sword wasn't doing any damage as it was made out of stone. It got me low, so I had to pull back. Come on, just a little bit more. It had to be low, but I needed to retreat again to heal. Let's go, come on, it's gotta be low, there we go. It dropped emeralds and I ran right past it to see what it was guarding. I looted the chest to guard it. With no way out and no pickaxe though, I headed back to the main gates to see if hopefully the soldiers had left. They were still there, but I was tired of being chased. I was going to make a stand right now. I grabbed some wood from the walls, made a chest plate and a shield. I hyped myself up, broke through, running in and swinging my sword. I was mobbed, but I continued swinging, praying I could bring them down. Come on. I was low. I got knocked into a small pond, so I created some distance and I gapped with 2 hearts left. I circled around, trying to single out one of the guards. I got a swing in, but he flung me to the other side. I ran back to the hall to heal again, but then I headed right back in. They were going to see my face and my steel. I wasn't hiding anymore. I kept charging back in and swinging, but there were too many and I was being wrecked. I thought all hope was lost. Oh, I got one. With one down, my confidence was on a new level and I went in for the kill. Come here, boy. I quickly healed and went right back in and took down the second one. Yes, one more. I jumped back in and swung. I quickly opened the chest and I found a golden apple inside, snatched it, but as I turned and swung, he flung me into the pool. I got him. Finally, I could breathe. I looted the chests and made my way up the waterfall. I began making my way out of the jungle looking for a place to build a home away from all of this. I found a really cool landscape outside of the forest. When I climbed to the top of the peak, I could tell it would be a good spot for a base. I could see in all directions and I could tell when enemies were approaching. I collected some wood and deforested the nearby tree life, then mined down to collect some stone and other blocks for the build that I had in mind. This was going to be my best build that I've ever done. I began laying the foundation of stone brick. I added some andesite as a gradient for the side. I had to Google that word as I had no idea what it meant. I filled in the floor and began on the actual home. I made some smooth andesite pillars and began filling it in with birchwood and accenting it with some andesite. I had a vision for a shrine/tower from ancient China. I started on the roof using an oak contrast with some stone slabs and stairs accenting it. I built it up another layer and repeated the process but on a smaller scale, adding in a bit more detail. I brought the roof to a middle point and then built up another layer as the final piece using oak wood to accent the tip of the roof and placing fences on all the corners of the build. As the house was completed, I went on a hunting trip since my food supply was dwindling. Whoa, what is that? Right in front of me was a giant tower protruding from the earth. My curiosity was piqued. I slaughtered a few more of the animals and began to poke around. Oh, okay, tons of mobs. Let's break this. Oh, okay. I was overwhelmed with mobs and I ran to the center where I found a ladder and I climbed it. Ew, that was close. As I got to the top, I found 2 spawners and quickly took them out. I went to investigate a chest on the other side, but all it contained was some food. As I turned to face a weird looking block, I tried breaking it, then hitting it, but nothing happened. However, when I right-clicked it, a chest spawned in. What are those noises? What the frick? Oh, no, frick. I jumped out and grabbed my water bucket just in time and I landed. Oh, my chickens, that was close. Right next to the tower, I saw another structure and I definitely didn't learn my lesson and I went right towards it. Guan Yu. Doesn't that mean God of War? I opened the door and I was immediately attacked by men in red wearing strange armor. Come here. I fought my way through them, hoping for some treasure at the end. A massive soldier all of a sudden popped up with the troops. I ran and took out the other soldier chasing me and began battling the giant. I'm dead. I ran into the quarters at the end of the base and barely survived. There was no way out unless I ran like a coward. Inside, I found a chest. When I opened it, I found a shield with a Chinese inscription, some minerals, and a god apple. With a renewed confidence, I readied myself, ate the apple, and sprinted out of the monster. This is my home! I swung again and again at the beast, but it didn't seem to do anything. No, 1 heart, frick. I backed up slowly, shield out, but I couldn't risk swinging or I'd be one shot. This was the end. I had no way to eat my notch apple, and I couldn't get it out without having him swing at me. I had one option left. Swing and bring up my shield again as quick as possible, as my shield would break soon, so I had no other choice but to try it. Yes, 1 swing, another. I got a few more swings in, and then on the knockback I ran, ate my god apple, and I turned to face him. It's over. He fell to my blade, and the battle concluded. My shield was 1 hit away from breaking. That was way too close. I looted the army camp and I headed out. I wasn't looking for war, but I wouldn't let them rest in my lands. I returned home, readying myself for the task ahead of creating a civilization. Before starting, I wanted to get some more resources. I made some iron picks and headed down into the mines. I grabbed a ton of iron, a ton of coal, some gold, diamonds, and almost died a few times. I got back to base, made an iron chestplate, leggings, and boots, an anvil to repair my shield, and then I began the next task. I didn't want to pick a fight with the gods. All I wanted to do was rebuild my home. I crafted a builder's wand and a town hall to restart my colony. I found an open spot and placed it down. When this thing is built, it's gonna look awesome. I then crafted a supply camp, terraformed some land, and placed it down. Settlers would begin arriving now and we'd finally be safe. safe. Ah, it's another one of those. Oh no, I can't hit it. Run, run, what the heck? I placed blocks in a frenzy to block its arrows, and I sprinted up to my home. Safe in my home, I went to bed, and the next morning I went out to see if any settlers had arrived. As I approached the colony, I didn't see any villagers, so I went into the supply camp just to search around and to see what it brought. Holy crap, there's a lot of food. Oh, settlers, finally, let's go. All right, hello everybody, welcome to the new colony. Johnny, no! Johnny yeeted himself into a hole and disappeared. Well, this colony is off to a great start. In an instant, I remembered. Zuzu. I had forgotten about the baby panda in the jungles. I grabbed some food and I sprinted out the door. I arrived at the jungle, but I had no idea if Zoo was still alive or not. I snooped around and fought a zombie, but there was nothing. But then all of a sudden, I heard a panda crying noise. I ran towards it and there he was. He had snot coming out of his nose, but he was still pretty cute. How did he get out of his cage, though? I picked him up and we ran. I couldn't fight while I was holding him, so I had to be fast. I don't like this. Oh, is there a skeleton in iron armor? Shoot, they're close. Okay, stay safe, buddy. I gotta fight them. I ran in and attacked the mobs that were chasing me. Okay, that one's dead. Is there something over there? Or am I seeing things? I grabbed Zoo and I sprinted away again. I arrived home and put my new friend in the house. I wanted to make his own area, though. I ran out to the jungle and I grabbed some leaves, jungle wood, and cocoa beans to make him feel at home. I arrived back home and I made some jungle fences and headed out to build his new pasture. I sectioned off a small area with fences and added some jungle saplings. Ran back to the house and grabbed some bones and an axe. And I finished off his home. Once he was all an adult, I would probably take him back to the jungle and re-release him, but as a baby, I needed to protect him. I think he liked the new home. As I was putting my things away, I heard a noise that I had tried to forget. I ran outside, and in front of me, the soldiers were right there, only in numbers now. I began to battle them. Okay, we need to grab a shield. All right, okay, we got this. I quickly did not have this, and I was swamped by all the soldiers. They were everywhere. I battled them and ran, but I got yeeted back up the mountain. I needed to single one of them out to take them out, or I was going to die. No, not my buildings. They're on fire. As my buildings were being destroyed, they kept coming. I got a few swings in, but I was thrown back every time. I tried to run, but they kept catching up. Oh, heck no. Frick, I need to run. Wait. No! Zuzu! Zoo was killed, and I tried to run right at the murderer, but I was overwhelmed. I did circles trying to create distance, but I was out of food. This might be the end. I sprinted back to the supply camp in desperation, hoping I could grab some food, and I was able to grab some raw mutton, and I ate it. I made my way back to the battle scene. The soldier was gone. I raced back to the house as he had gone in that direction. There you are. I unleashed everything I had on him. With near no health, I used my shield to block his attacks. Things were not looking good. My shield was nearly broken, and my hearts were not looking good either. My shield broke. I took one more swing, and he fell to my blade. I didn't feel any better. All I could feel was rage. I grabbed my food, made and ate a golden apple, and bolted outside to face the rest of the scum. I slashed at every ugly man who dared to enter my land. Everyone's gonna die. No one escapes. Come here, boy. The fight continued, and I swung with all the rage I had left. 1 down, 2 down, and 3 down. This ends now. First my home, now my only friend. I didn't want war, but war is coming to all those who dared cross paths with me. I grabbed food and I sprinted out. The villager who spoke of the jungle temple where these guards came from was my only lead. I ran back to the village, but something looked off. It's destroyed. I went back to the villager's house with caution, and when I went inside, I saw it was demolished along with most of the other village. I had no leads. On the way out, I noticed a small home that I ran by at the start. I went inside it, and there was a chest, and when I opened the chest, I found a map with Chinese writing on it and some food. When I opened the map, it had some sort of giant structure on it. This had to be a clue, so I began my travels towards it, finally something going my way. I reached the map's coordinates and found a massive fortress with a valley separating me from it and more soldiers at the bottom. I headed down, ready to battle. Haha, nice man. That's right, yeah. I found yet another guard and I battled him as well. Oof, you do a lot of damage. After taking him down, I climbed the small mountain ahead of me to get to the fortress. Oof, I need to work out more. This is killing my calves. A long bridge stood between me and revenge. As I crossed the bridge, another guard in blue charged at me. Get smoked, son. Here, have a flower. Yet even another one came out though, but he got me super low. Oh no, crap. I was near dead, so I sprinted away for my life. I'm dead. I healed just enough while I was sprinting to keep running. I used the trees to outmaneuver him, hoping he'd get trapped. Haha, guess who's back? I destroyed him and made my way up the mountain. It turned to day as I crossed the bridge. Something was amiss. I had noticed some cage-like structures that were here before, so I broke through the iron doors and I went in to investigate. I found a bunch of villagers from my city. They didn't look very happy, though, that I was here to save them. Are you guys okay?
We had no idea what the elders were really doing. Maybe we do deserve this fate.
No. Don't punish yourself for what you did not know. It was the ruler's mistakes, not ours.
I broke down the rest of the doors with many questions in my head, but my main prize was still waiting for me. I walked up the stairs and noticed a boss bar had appeared. Wukong. This was him, the monkey god.
We should have known better than to trust you, Penglaites, with the elixir. You were meant to share the gift with all people. But you hoarded it for yourself. Why the rest of China suffer? And now you will pay the price.
He jumped right at me and then started doing some tribal dance. I rushed in for vengeance and began swinging. Why even hit back? You know you're just gonna get murked, you piece of potato. Oh crap, he can teleport you. I ran back in and all of a sudden he shot fire from his eyes. What the heck? He did a ground stomp, but I was able to dodge his attack. I'm bringing him down, come on. He backed me into a corner with near no health left. My adrenaline rushed and I realized that death was nigh. As my life flashed before my eyes, he teleported me. What an idiot. All right, come here, boy. You're mine. I continued pelting him. He was getting low. I just had to play it smart. Eat my Timbits, boy. All right, he's nearly dead. He did a crazy move and then he teleported me and I began to fall to my death. Oh, how did I do that? Oh my god. Oh my grandma's dentures. He was low. Just a few more hits and I'd finish him off.
The others will come for you.
After spending a few minutes recovering, I saw a chest that had spawned in the middle and I opened it. Some iron and a chicken blood gem? According to Chinese myth, combining these elements would create something even more powerful. I threw them at the ground and... whoa! Lightning began barraging the ground and lighting it up. This is nuts. Is this gonna stop or... The lightning ceased and my items were gone, but at the backside I found a new sword. It had an upgraded hilt and it did more damage. This thing looks sick. I made some new boots and then I left the arena. I traveled home with the words of the villagers ringing in my ears. We didn't know what the elders were doing. I had a lot of questions, but for now I had a more immediate need to restart my colony. I went over to Zoo's cage, glanced at it inside for a moment, and then got to work. I smelted some food, got my new builder to repair the hut, and began preparing plans to build an army. I headed back out as nightfall happened when all of a sudden... holy, is that a nether portal? I started going towards the portal when all of a sudden mobs began pouring out of it. Then another one spawned, and even another. What is happening? I ran down and began battling them. They swamped me as I fought, but they just kept coming. Thankfully, my gear was good enough and I was fending them off. I got knocked into a cave, but I was able to relieve them of their soulless bodies and survive. Back. These things are so weird looking. I ran back up to the surface, but there were none left. I made a diamond pickaxe the next day and destroyed all the nether portals to stop the mobs from coming again. I headed into the caves, ready to brave the depths. I mined some coal, some iron, and while snooping around... is that a soldier? I killed the deserter with a few blows. Why was he called a deserter? I continued mining, finding some gold and diamonds. When I got home, I reviewed what I got. I made a golden apple and a full set of diamond armor for my next adventure. I headed out looking for some evidence of why the nether portals spawn all over my base. Why is this, like, next to my base? I broke a block on the portal and continued looking around. I don't see... oh, that's a lion. A lion charged me out of nowhere and I began fighting him. Whoa, crap. I was low. Something ambushed me. As I gapped, I turned to fight. I saw that there were female lions as well. I took them out one by one. The lion fell and he dropped some teeth. I headed to this weird structure nearby and I went inside. A villager in a cave? cage? I was on high alert all of a sudden. Something had caged him, or someone. I spotted tripwire on the floor, and I made my way over it carefully. At the end of the hall, I saw a lava pit with a space to jump, and with absolutely no caution, I jumped right in. I used the blocks to make sure I didn't miss the parkour jumps. I found a hallway on the other side, and I went down it. Oh, what hit me? I found a trap on the roof, and I took all the arrows. I found a chest with some emeralds in the hallway and some potion gear. As I opened the next chest, I realized all of a sudden, oh crap, it's a trap chest. I sprinted backwards, and as I returned, I saw the lava that had fallen from it. Now, this is interesting. Some sort of combination lock guarded the gate to the next room. After some trial and error, though, I figured it out. Holy kazoos. I found the main loot room, but with no guard in it. The world was finally being good to me. I snatched up all the blocks and rechecked the chests, and then I made my way out. I freed the villager, but he didn't speak. He simply walked off. I had no idea what could have traumatized him that much. I stumbled on a building that looked oddly familiar. I went inside and I found a man who began talking to me.
Welcome, student. I see you've acquired the teeth of a lion. Did you know that such relics were once used in the creation of a powerful bow made to slay a god?
How can I acquire such power?
The bow requires but one other component, the bones of a dragon. Search out a nearby dungeon and you will find what you're looking for.
Thank you, Sensei. With the new knowledge, I headed out to find the dungeon to meet one of these dragons. That's a strange chunk error, but that looks like something I want. I headed towards the broken staircase that led into a moss-covered area. There doesn't seem to be anything down here. Oh, zombies. I took the zombies out and broke their spawner. Hidden in the blocks, I found a chest, and when I opened it, I found a pair of boots. They were inscribed in Chinese, but I put them on as they were better than mine, and I headed deeper into the dungeons. I searched around for an outlet to a dragon cage somewhere. Break this. Oh. More and more deadly mobs were spawning as I delved deeper in. Holy crap, I'm getting mobbed in here. Shoot. I battled my way through the hordes. I used the lava bucket and saved my life with it, burning the mobs and setting them back to their makers. Oh, hello. Another one of these. Let's go. I picked up the shield and headed out of the cave. It was time to head home now and make sure my civilization was safe and hadn't been attacked again. Had the sensei lied about the dragon, or was I just not able to find it? I arrived home and began by tearing down all the portals that had spawned everywhere in my base. I wanted to make a little shrine to Zoo, so I grabbed some cocoa beans and some jungle planks. I headed to his old home, placed them down in an emerald block surrounded by the jungle planks. The sun reflected off the block, and it could be seen for miles. Zoo's legacy would live on. I wanted to build a massive wall with defenses for any future projects that may come. I made a crafting table, enchanted my pickaxe, and added some books to it to get the efficiency up. I went mining and gathered a bunch of blocks, and then I deforested a bit and finally solved the issue of jumping up blocks to get to my home by building a pathway all the way from the top to the bottom using andesite slabs. I was finishing a section of my wall when I heard a thundering noise behind me. They're back. I sprinted over with sword drawn and began battling the beasts. Whoa, these are not the same as last time. They began mobbing me and backing me up. I was near death and I was contemplating running for my life. Okay, get a gap and I battled them back, but they threw so many effects on me and I ran. I had to stop them from coming, so I ran over and I broke the portal block right when I was hit. I slashed back at them. With every slash, more anger brewed inside me. What is that noise? Holy boots! A giant creature emerged from behind the portal and began flashing lights at me and levitating me. I swung back with a fight enraged. I kept my shield up most of the time and I brought him down. It was time. I was going to destroy the root of evil that was causing all these attacks, or at least die trying. I smelted out some food and prepared. I grabbed some gravel to get flint, made a flint and steel, lit the portal, and headed in to face my fate. Whoa, what is this? Oh! The magma troll flung himself at me and I began battling. I swung as he pounded his bulky mass into me. Oh no, frick. I was low, so I ran, ate a gapple, and then turned on the golem. This is for Zuzu. I sprinted back in and demolished the golem. His master would have to face me now. I pillared up the massive structure and the boss bar appeared on my screen. The god of the underworld was nigh. As I got to the top, I saw him and I walked towards the beast.
The weak mortal is here. Your kind is a stain on the earth. I will end this now.
The battle began and I retreated and gapped and then re-engaged. enraged. I started swinging when all of a sudden he spawned a soul floor and began doing area damage to me. Alright, let's back it up. He did a ton of damage, so I constantly had to run to heal. He had so many different attacks, and the withering was getting worse. Taking him down was becoming a prayer at this point. Let's get some swings in. Run. Oh. Every time I went in, he withered me, and I was low on food. I popped some golden carrots into my hotbar and charged right back in, though. I backed it up and healed. I was low on food, and he wasn't going down. No, half a heart. Ah. The task was looking impossible. I debated running. No, I'm going down before I'm leaving. I charged back in and swung, but had to retreat again with 2 hearts left. All I had was rotten flesh, so I munched down and ran in again to attack. I wonder if I bridge over here. This is a stupid idea, but I'm gonna try it. I had one last desperate attempt. If I could lure him onto the bridge and charge at him at an angle, I had a chance of hitting him off. Go. Come on. Yes.
No! Count your days. He's coming.
As I turned to leave the platform, I noticed a chest had spawned. Inside, I found the Gem of Lagno. I threw it down on the sword, and a lightning strike began again right in front of me. Holy! The lightning nearly destroyed me, and as it faded... Yo, a new sword. This thing is sick. The boss had said they will come. I was thinking... Oh, Johnny! Oh, hello! You're alive! What? No, Johnny, get back! Johnny attempted to walk off the bridge, but I guided him back to the portal. No, Johnny, this way. No, Johnny, get back here. We drifted dimensions and went back to the village. The words of the underworld god rung in my ears. He's coming. I fixed my gear up, took a quick screenshot, then continued my goals. I built another builder's hut to expand my colony, broke the nether portal just in case, and then created a spot for the builder's hut. Whoa, there's still another one. I killed the demon wolf and went back to preparing the builder's hut spot. I placed down the builder's hut and headed back to fix my pickaxe. I went into the mines and mined a ton of andesite to continue working on my walls to keep intruders out. I crafted them into polished bricks and then headed out. What the frick? I sprinted over and found giant stone golems and soldiers at my walls. They had come. Get out of here. I was swamped and I ran. I used the blocks to create distance and made it back to my home with the soldiers hot on my tail. I grabbed food from my house and sprinted away. My only chance now was to find the bow that the guru had talked about earlier. I found his house again, but in a different spot. I approached it and he began talking to me.
What are you searching for?
I'm searching for a dragon so I can acquire the bones and craft the bow that you spoke of earlier.
The dragons inhabit the lands 2,000 blocks east of here, but be careful. They are not to be trifled with.
Thank you, Sensei. I pondered what the guru had told me, if it was the wrong advice again, but I had no choice. I ventured out. This is charred earth. Now, that looks like what I'm looking for over there, though. I got closer to the nest, but there was nothing there. This looks like there was a dragon here once. So, what's that noise? The dragon emerged from the depths and began attacking me. Let me at him. Okay, alright, well, this is a little bit embarrassing. I demand you put me down. As he dropped me, the battle began. I slashed at the monster as he pelted me with red-hot lightning. Come on. The dragon was getting low. With a few more swings, he fell. Yes, let's go. I scooped up the dragon materials and began running back in hopes I could still save my village. We gotta sneak in here. Oh, a soldier. I quickly took out the soldier before he could alert the others and snuck up to the house. Let's pillar up here. I needed the lion's teeth to form the bow. Okay, let's craft this. Okay, this is not working. Okay, let's try the other formation. No, this doesn't work either. Am I dumb or... I threw all the components on the ground to see if they would forge like the sword did into a bow. Okay, let's throw these down and holy, they're gonna hear that. Okay, quick. We need this bow. The soldiers were bound to hear the noise. It was only a matter of time before they came into the house. Is it gonna stop or holy... A bow was formed from the lightning, but as I grabbed it... Oh, shoot. The house was invaded. I started to battle as lightning raged. I ran outside as daybreak came. The storm was over, and now it was time for me to bring the storm to the enemy. I grabbed an arrow and headed out. I began blasting the enemies nearby, destroying them one by one. I fought my way through the massive troops looking for the general. What's this place? I found a shrine-like object near my house and made my way down the stairs. This is weird. Come here. I attacked the soldiers that met me and a wild beast they had. Okay, gotta play this safe. Okay, and dead. Why aren't the green ones attacking me? Huh, weird. I opened a chest I found and grabbed some golden apples and iron. More soldiers met me at the base and I murked them. I could sense an evil was getting stronger. Something was waiting for me. I found another chest and hopped down. Holy, what are you? A monster approached me with another wild dog. This place was cursed. Something was going on here. I battled my way through more soldiers with my bow and sword, preparing for whatever lay ahead of me. More of these weird green men. Another beast guarded the room and I took him out with my sword. I checked around but found nothing. I did find some epic loot in a chest that was in front of some weird looking face. What the heck is this? Didn't know what was waiting for me, but I knew I had to plunge right in. As I walked through the portal, I found myself in a new dimension and straight ahead of me was the god of war, Guan Yu. I began to make my way over to begin facing him. Try not to fall right into the void.
You Panglites just don't know when to quit. We blessed you with the power for all people, and you squandered it, while others suffered. For this, we find you guilty.
Let's go. I began battling the Guan Yu, the god of war. Oh my gosh, he hits hard. I gapped right away and ran back in for the attack. I ate an enchanted apple and flung myself right back at him. He has minions too, are you kidding me? I gappled again and he was destroying me. I was gonna throw everything I had at him though. This was for my city and this was for Zuzu. I ate another gapple and went back in. Frick, this is gonna be, frick. I was getting him low, but the fight looked impossible. I was running out of gapples and he was pulverizing me. Back, you scum. He kept outmaneuvering me and I barely got hits on him. Oh, you're a sneaky man. I threw a pearl and then got one more hit out of him and barely got out alive. It was coming down to the wire. Oh, frick, frick, frick. If I hadn't got that gapple off before I landed, I'd be dead. Come on, he's so low, he's so low. Yes.
No! His flames will consume you!
His flames? Whose flames? What? No! I was alive in the mouth of the beast that I had walked through. Dead ahead, I saw a chest, and when I opened it, I found the gem of nephrite and some armor and supplies. I threw down the gem of nephrite with my sword, and lightning began striking the ground again. As the lightning passed, I claimed a new sword. As I emerged from the dungeon, I glanced around. What happened here? I made my way down the cliffside back to the base, confused. Is that Johnny? I collected some blocks super quick and then tried to make a staircase for Johnny to get down. All right, Johnny, let's get you down from here. Oh, okay, you walked right off the edge, you dinglepants. Me and Johnny headed back to the house to get some supplies. The village was ruined, but our spirits were high. With the gods now out of the way, we could retake our home. I smelted my food, repaired my shield, and then checked on Johnny. Are you okay down there? I went back in, grabbed some extra food, and then we headed out. The city was far away, but together we had a chance. As we approached the city, something was off. Our buildings missing? As me and Johnny approached my old home, I saw him, Hodo the Windlord. I looked over at Johnny as a final goodbye, as this may be the end. When all of a sudden he took off his chainmail pants, put on full diamond armor, pulled out a netherite sword, and then charged right at Hodo. What on earth? Go, Johnny, go! Let's go! Let's go! Oh, okay. Johnny's dead. Hodo killed Johnny. I ran right in to face the monster, bow drawn. Time to die, Hodo. I'm bringing you down. Hodo released a massive fire breath right at me. Oh, that's a lot of damage. The fight was furious. I sprinted away from Hodo as I was low. Another fire blast. Oh boy, okay. I got an arrow off, but then had to run away to heal as he released fire on me. He's so hard to hit. He backed me up to the tree and then released a barrage of flames right at me. The fight was getting intense. I released more arrows at him when all of a sudden a fire burst struck me again. Oh boy, oh boy. He rained down more fire when I was low. It was getting down to the wire. I'm out of gapples. This is it. I have more shots. Come on, come on. I'm going. Okay, I'm not going. As he hailed down fire, I exchanged shots. He was nearly dead. Let's go. Come on. Yes. That's for Zuzu, man. Wait, no! Oh, my head. Where am I? Zuzu? Special thanks to arts by Kev, Corinthius, Coffee Fuel Genius, Shadow Mech, and the Duke for their amazing help in this production. If you want the builds or custom bosses in this video, subscribe to my Patreon, link will be in the description. Also, I'm live on Twitch. Come check out the stream, link in the description.